It had been a full year since I last set foot in the Exiled Lands, but I wasn't here to rebuild or to grind. I came back with one clear goal: to challenge the cheaters once again. Not just to survive, I wanted to provoke them, expose them, and fight back. I knew this server like the back of my hand. I knew their routines, their patterns, their favorite raid hours, the way they disguised themselves as legit players until it suited them to reveal the truth. And I knew exactly what I was walking into. So I made a plan, a simple 3-step plan, designed to bait the cheaters, test the system, and show what it really takes to survive on officials. And to make it even more challenging and transparent, I stream everything. Every move, every mistake, every fight, exactly as it happened. So the plan stood firm: provoke them, force them to reveal themselves, be unraidable, test my designs against their worst, target the right ones, and fight back on my terms. This is part 1, the provocation phase, 2 days of chaos and testing. The bait phase. I recognized that base the moment I saw it, exactly like the one I'd raided a couple of years ago. Back then I'd learned their trick. The brimstone side was just a wall of doors meant to waste bombs, while the real loot sat much closer to the opposite side. The first step was surprisingly easy. We prepared 2 avatars, Set and Mitra. We started by summoning Set. Health bars flickering through the smoke. That was all the confirmation I needed. We had hit the right spot. The first wave of destruction ripped open the outer walls, exposing parts of the structure I recognized from months ago. As Set faded and silence slowly returned, we moved in closer. We dropped the first set of bombs, carving deeper into the wreckage, pushing our way toward the core of the base while the second avatar charged up. The plan was to use both, one to open the base, the other to smash the core. But before the second avatar was even ready, they struck back. Out of the 33 altars we had on the map, they didn't go for the decoys. No, they hit the one that mattered, the one with zeals and craft. We defended the altar, fought them off, and by the time Mitra was ready, we countered immediately. We hit the stash base again, this time from the sides, using everything we had. By then I suspected most of the good loot was gone, but that wasn't the point. This was about provocation. It was about shaking their confidence, forcing them to come out of hiding. And sure enough, they did. They showed up fast, with the usual cheat indicator. At one point, another player from a different clan joined the chaos, fighting side by side with the cheater. Still, we held the line. Even with their unfair advantage, we managed to kill the cheater multiple times. We couldn't open the stash completely, but the avatars had done enough damage to make a statement. Whether we hit their loot or just their pride, it didn't matter. They were angry now, and anger makes people sloppy. When the dust settled, I knew exactly what was coming next. They would come for revenge. Day 1, complete. The bait was set. And then I waited. Waiting in Conan Exiles is its own kind of torture. You don't know when they'll strike, only that they will. Every sound feels suspicious. Every notification, every flicker of light on the map. You wonder if that's the start of it. And when you're dealing with cheaters, you know it won't be a fair fight. They don't play for the challenge, they play for control. But that was fine. That's exactly what I came for. They came early and started with her base. She wasn't ready to defend, not properly at least, but she played it smart. Instead of wasting trolls and gear in a hopeless defense, she evacuated. Moved everything important to a hidden fallback location. Her calm during that chaos impressed me. Sometimes not fighting is the smartest move. My role was simple: keep them distracted, buy her time, make them believe we were still committed to defending. And it worked beautifully. By the time they realized her base was empty, everything valuable was already safe. Frustrated, they turned their attention to me. I wasn't ready, not the way I wanted to be, but part of me was eager. This was the perfect moment to test the base design I'd built months ago, but never truly put under pressure. The plan was straightforward: stay on the upper floors and rebuild everything they destroyed. Delay them as long as possible. Normally, I keep a small chest at each defense point, stocked with healing potions, arrows, repair hammers, and extra materials. But I hadn't prepared those yet. That was my first mistake. The first 3 defense lines fell quickly. Part lag, part chaos, part my own fault. They still acted legit, playing it smart, building bridges, throwing bombs, the usual routine. But even then, some moments gave them away. That's where I decided to hold and stick to repairing. They bombed the walls, I rebuilt them. They broke through, I replaced every foundation the moment it fell. It became a rhythm. Build, repair, reposition, rebuild again. And slowly I began to notice something interesting. They weren't expecting resistance like this. For nearly an hour we fought over that single terrace. An hour of constant building and fighting. Every time they thought they were through, I restored the wall faster than they could react. Eventually, they gave up trying to break that side and decided to bridge straight to my door, desperate and impatient. That's when the real test began. One of them pretended to log out, a classic trick to fake a retreat. But I was watching. I knew he was trying to sneak inside through any small gap I might open, and I actually let him in. I needed to remove a hatch frame to continue reinforcing, and I wanted to see how far they'd go once they thought they had me trapped. From that point, it became a dance, a deadly exhausting dance of distance and timing, always keeping a foundation's distance between us. Every step backward meant another wall raised, another ceiling reinforced, another structure secured. Even face to face, I managed to push them back again and again. I reshaped my base while being raided, turning hatch frames into fences, fences into walls, walls into ceilings, one after another. But an hour into that intense back and forth, I made a mistake. I removed the wrong foundation, a single one, and it opened a path straight into the base. They rushed in, but somehow I managed to close it again, forcing them back into a choke point. But in that process, they gained access to part of the production room, my working trolls, some of my crafting materials. That was my second mistake. I rushed repairs, skipped a few reinforcements and that hesitation cost me everything. One moment of doubt and they broke through again. This time straight into the core. They found my bedroll, destroyed it, and for a few minutes my base fell silent. When I respawned, I sneaked back, climbing across my own broken structures like a thief in my own home. From above, I could see them, breaking my camels, looting what they could reach. I managed to sneak, even loot the camels. Then, one of them right behind me, I turned, dodged, made him fall. For a second I thought I'd escape. But then his teammate came from above and hit me mid-jump. Even though he fell too, somehow I still died. It didn't matter. 2 days in, and the mission was already a success. We had their attention, they revealed their tricks, and I tested a base that hadn't seen real combat in months. That fight taught me more than victory ever could. The first defense lines worked, but only if properly stocked. You can't defend with empty chests. Every level needs resources ready. Alloy, arrows, building mats, tools, weapons. The hatch door system though, that worked beautifully. Holding them for an hour with nothing but rebuilding, that's a victory on its own. The only problem was the complexity. Too many materials, too expensive to repair in the middle of a raid. I needed something more efficient. Something leaner, tighter, and easier to rebuild from the inside. A compact, self-contained fortress within the base. Easy to reinforce, hard to breach, and designed specifically for defending alone. You'll see it in part 2. Tested, refined, and pushed far beyond its limits. And as for that loot they thought they'd taken, they missed 100 DP hidden right under their noses. And since raid time wasn't over yet, I went exploring. Found another clan's inactive base. Sorry guys, but I really needed those materials. Your gear saved me hours and maybe even my next base. 2 days, 2 raids, and countless lessons. This was just the beginning. The provocation phase was over, and the real fight was about to begin. In part 2, we strike back, a new strategy and a design built to make them lose their mind. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you soon in part 2, the Unraidable safe room. Until then, Exiles, stay sharp, stay smart, and never stop fighting back.